Because it is a very hard thing, there's no way you can put it on. Drums, not being allowed to play music in churches, but there is nothing standard about the drums. The use of the backgrounds, because even before the coming of the IRC here, they found us putting on backgrounds. If you look at the photos of those old photos of the Kabaka, the Bambejano, you see how they put on that backgrounds, because it's the only clothes we had here. But you see, when technology comes in, it makes a little bit things easier. Because it is a very hard thing, there's no way you can put it on now when we have cotton. Clothes made out of cotton. So, most of these religious groups regard the baka cloth as being the standard white element. But when you look at the process of making the baka cloth, there's nothing standard about it. Because it's just like, because the way you grow cotton, you process it, you turn it into a cloth. It's baka cloth. You grow your baka cloth tree, you get the tree back, then you manufacture it. Yeah, because they make that one manually. There is nothing like that. They conduct any ceremony, any ritual, nothing better about it. But it's because that the missionaries and all the religious groups that came here regarded it as, because they saw that the witch doctors were using it, and they regarded it as being a revelation standard. Now, for instance, there was a white priest whom we were doing with him research here, and he told us it was from Italy, that even because the pianos were being used in bars in the ancient Rome, it was very hard for them to convince people to allow the church to use pianos in church services. The same thing which was here, that being that these traditional witch doctors were using the drums, it was very hard to convince here people that you can use these drums in church. So for us, we tell people that, for instance, it's the same gun that kills. The gun is good when it's being used to protect you, and it's bad when it's used against you. But it's what? A gun. When a thief enters your home with the gun is bad. The thief is using the gun for bad intentions. But when someone, you have like a gatekeeper at your home and then he has it, he's using it for good intentions to do what? So this drum is a mere drum. If it's being used in the church, there is nothing bad about it. It's even so when the witch doctors take it for their rituals and all that, it's the rituals that are bad, it's not the drum which is what bad. So this baka cloth has no problem. It's the rituals that they do that have the problems. But I think there was some element of brainwashing here. Because even right now, if I'm to put on a shirt made out of the background and I'm passing through the streets, you will see everyone, even some people will run off, scared. So this is the museum. During our researches, we've moved around and then we've tried to collect a number of artifacts that were used by the ancient people of Busoga. This is the museum we have. It was started in 2008 and it was the only one in Busoga. But right now there is one in Iganga, Chiguru, that has just started. This was the first museum in Busoga here in India and all that. Yeah. So here we try to showcase the traditional religion of Busoga before the coming of the Arabs, the Indians and all that. These guys here added their own religion. There is a way they worship. Because in our researches, in their concept, they knew there was God, but they never knew where God was. They knew there was that someone with supernatural powers who controls the earth and is in charge of everything. But they tried to search and search, trying to find him, they failed. So, like the saying goes, someone's world is as big as he has traveled. Because now, a case in point, if you've been in Jinja here for your entire life, you will never know. The biggest building you will know about would be maybe Central Market. Like for us, when we were growing up here, the biggest building we knew around Jinja was Highlight. Do you know Highlight? There is that flat which is on that road is Iganga Road after Bank of Baroda. As you saw, actually is exactly a little bit opposite that mosque near Robert. I think that you know that mosque is called Sharif. That was the tallest building we knew. And when we were young, we could only go. We are going to Busoga Highlight, and we wanted to cut the top and look over Jinja. Yeah. So that was the only biggest building I knew around me. And whenever you would ask me, what is the tallest building you know? Highlight. Not knowing that in Kampala there are buildings that are twice taller than what? Highlight. So when these people were moving, because there were mobility challenges, there were no cars, no what. So when they moved and then they formed a very huge rock, then they suspected maybe that someone is inside this unique rock. Are you trying to get the concept how people started making shrines around with rocks, big trees and all that? Because they were looking, they were moving, then they don't know where God, who is this God and all that. So when they find a very big rock and it's the biggest they have ever come across, then they are content that maybe God is in this rock. That's how they started constructing shrines, offering sacrifices that the God is inside what? The rock. You've heard of Kaburu rocks? That's in Nigeria. You see people go there, take sacrifices and worship and all that. There is a belief that there are spirits in that rock, their ancestors who created them, who take care of them and all that. Two, when they moved and then they formed very huge trees, and they said it's the biggest tree they have come across. Then they say maybe God is in this big tree. Then that's how they start offering sacrifices and then worshiping. Thinking that the spirit, that supernatural spirit is in what? In the tree. You've heard of Busoga Falls. So when they moved there and then they found a very magnificent waterfall before it disappeared. It was a very nice and what? That's how they constructed shrines and then offered sacrifice, saying that God is in where? Now, as they are worshipping the Kaburu rock, they don't know that there is a very big mountain in Mbale, which is the mountain Elgon. So when you are still worshipping Kaburu and you move to mountain Elgon, would you still say the God is in Kaburu? When you are still worshipping mountain Elgon, and you move to Renzori, would you say God is in the mountain Elgon? Forgetting that there is still the Himalayas. When you are worshipping the God of Renzori and then you move to the Himalayas, would you still say that God is in Renzori? No. So then for us, at least we start on what people know, then we move to what they don't know. So it's true, there is God, and these people knew about God. That's why you even hear in our vocabulary, we have the word Katonda, Mutonzi, or Chibumba, and all that. We have those names that mean God. So try to teach here people that God is there, but He is too big to be in a waterfall. He cannot be in a big tree. He cannot reside in what? A mere mountain. He is all over everywhere. So we should stop worshiping Him from the what? The big trees, from the rocks and all that. I think you visited those traditional whatever worship sites. So we try to teach people that His true God is there, but not where? Not in the rocks, not in a mere small thing and all that. So I think we will try to get the background and all that. So this is and some of these things they used in tradition. This is the Busoga, the one who died recently. So during our research, we wanted to go and see what is really in the shrine. Because you cannot talk about things what you don't know. You need to carry out research and in-depth research and see what is there. Immediately you enter shrine, there is nothing like anything like which you will see that there is spirits and all that. What these people do is they will find unique things to decorate the shrines and all that. They make the place scary. Say that when you step there, you are really scared, the spirits are there. You get, eh? So, and for us, this photo was taken. We took him with his things and all that.
There was nothing special.
Nothing special. But they you see, they try to create a myth.
Yes.
Eh? That when you step here, this will happen to you. When you step here, this will, like to create fear in you, say that you can just go to the place and all that. Because without that, then you will know everything, you know, is no more here and no one will go there and all that. Like when he died, and then this current one, the young man whom they say the spirit shows, now to be the Busoga. Because Busoga is a title. For the spirit they believe is surrounding the waterfall. So when you were there and you were the chief priest and then you die, they say the spirit will choose from anyone around the world and then someone who will take over as the new Busoga. So when he died, they say that the spirit chose someone from within and then brought him walking all the way to the side. And he created the myth that for 2 weeks he was seated on water. There was no photo showing that he was seated on water. They didn't allow people to go there. You see, they tried to put that myth in people, say that he was scared of them. You know that to put that myth that they have supernatural powers. You see? So that was it. So these are some of the items we collected, which they used. But these are common items. These things were created by God, but these people try to turn them around, and we would even be using them for some other purposes, good purposes. But because these people are using them in shrines, and for us we are very much that they are standing and all that. We don't want even when you find it somewhere and you can use it for some other good thing, you don't want to touch it. One in the point, these were cowrie shells. These were the first medium of exchange in Uganda here. This was our first money. And the Baganda called it Ensimbi. And even present day money, the Baganda called money Ensimbi. Because these were the means of the medium of exchange which was being used for trade. And these are not found in Uganda. These are secretaries, these Arabs who came with them all the way from the coast in Mombasa, coming to trade with the people in the interior here. So these were exchanged like money, and it determined on which item you wanted, and it was the type of item determined how many were given to you. Then you exchange, and you also took them somewhere, you exchange them for some other item you want.